Hello, this is Tina Rappy. Thanks for joining me in my stamping studio. So I want to share this card with you today, which is a fun fold card, and this is a double Z fold card. So it opens like this. If I turn it this way, you can see how it is like a Z and then another Z, thus double Z fold. So I shared this the other day on my blog, and this particular one features the Flying Home stamp set. This is in the Occasions catalog, and it is retiring. And I thought I would go ahead and share how I made this, but I'm going to use a different stamp set and different paper with it. So let's go ahead and get started. So first of all, I'm starting out with a piece of early Espresso cardstock, and this is 4 1/4 inches by 11 inches, and then I have scored it at 5 1/2. So I'm just going to go ahead and fold that nice and crisp there. So at 5 1/2 and then at 8 1/4. And this is going to go this way. So if I hold it up, you can see how it is a Z. All right. Now on my original card, I have white cardstock in here and that. This time I'm making a masculine card. So I'm going to use some of the wood textured designer series paper. And this is 4 inches by 5 1/4. So let me go ahead and put that down here. And that's going to fill in this inside. And then I have another piece of the same print, and this is 4 inches by 2 1/2. And this is going to go on the outside flap. Right there like that. Okay, so that's comparable to this piece and this piece. Okay, now I'm going to set this aside for just a bit. And I have a piece of Saffron, and this is 3 1/2 by 9 inches, and then I've scored it at 3 1/2 and then 6 1/4. So I'm going to go ahead and fold these on the score line, and again, it's going to be that Z pattern. Okay, same thing here. And with this, let's see, I am going to put a piece of early Espresso right on here, and this early Espresso is 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. So let's go ahead and attach that here, and that's going to go on the bigger side, meaning that where the score line is here, it goes on there, not on these ones. Then I have 2 pieces of very vanilla cardstock, and that's going to go on these inside panels here. And these are both 2 1/2 by 3 1/4. And this is where you would write whatever you want to write on the inside of the card. That's what this part is for. So secure those in there. Okay. I'm going to set this aside for just a moment. And I have a piece of very vanilla. And on this, because as I said, I'm going to make a masculine card, I'm going to use some Memento ink. And then I'm using the mixed drink stamp set. And this is one that is going to be retiring the end of May. But I'm going to use this beer mug and Memento ink. So let's get this. That right here, kind of in the corner. And then I have Happy Birthday. And this is Happy Birthday from the Perennial Birthday stamp set. And I'm going to stamp that up here in this corner. Okay. And then I'm going to take and color it in with a Stampin' Blends marker. So I'm using the light and dark daffodil and the, shoot, I just forgot what it's called, and the color lifter. All right, so I know you don't want to sit and watch me color, but what I've done is I've done the darker color on the inside here, and then the lighter color on the outside, and then I'm going to take the color lifter and just drag it across here a few times just to lighten it up a little bit, right where the indents in the mug are, and then also here for the foam. Okay. Then for these little notches here, what I did is I'm using the 1/2-inch circle punch, and I just put it in there like that and pop it off. Okay. All right, now we're ready to put this together. So I want to use some, let me grab them here, some Stampin' Dimensionals to pop this up a little bit. So I'm going to put one in each corner. But before I stick that down on the card, I have a piece of the burlap ribbon. I'm going to fold this in half, and I'm going to attach it over here. Okay, so with this, I'm going to go ahead and just put a bunch of snail there, have this folded in half, put that on, and then I'm going to take my paper snips and just trim this off a bit. So we're like that. Then I'm going to bring over my very vanilla, or my So Saffron piece, and this is going to go on top of here. So let me go ahead and remove the dimensionals. And I think I'm going to put a little more adhesive here to hold that down. There we go. Okay, so this is going to go right on top there. All right, then for putting the card together, what I want to do, okay, so it's going to go this way, and this is going to go here. So the first thing that I want to do is just to decide exactly where I want this. And for me, I want it even from top to bottom. And then I want this part, this front flap of it, to fall kind of right in the middle here. So on the back side, I'm going to go ahead and put some adhesive. If you notice, I'm only putting it on half of the card. If you put it across the whole thing, your card's not going to open. So, okay, I've got it on there, and now I'm just eyeballing it, top to bottom and side to side. So I'm going to put it right there, and I'm happy with that. Then, what you want to do is you want to open up the whole card, put adhesive here, and stick it down. So, let's do that. Because this card is going to kind of get tugged around a little bit, we're putting plenty of adhesive. Okay, so I have the whole thing closed, or opened rather, and I'm going to flop this down. And now when I close it, it will close flat. If you don't lay it out, you just sort of guess where it's going to go, it's not going to lay flat and fit in the envelope. Okay, one last finishing touch is I just want to add a little bit of pearls there. And so one of my favorite things to do with the pearls, and especially on a masculine card, is I like to use the bronze Stampin' blends, and I'm going to color these in. Actually, you know what? I want to use the other end. I found that the other end is darker. Shows up a little bit better. There we go. So get these colored in. Oh, that one's going to jump around on me. So we have those colored in. Then let's go ahead and put them on here. So one in each corner. And I like how it picks up the color of the wood tone there. There we go. All right, let me show you the first one that I had done with the flying home. Okay, so it is the exact same layout. Okay. Pearls in the same spots, ribbon in the same spots, but just shows you how you can just swap out the designer paper. On this one I had used a textured embossing folder, but super simple, super easy, and quite impressive, wouldn't you say? So I hope you enjoyed your visit today, and I'd love to have you back another time. Thanks, and happy stampin'.